Dear Honorable State Minister, His Excellency Zunaid Ahmet Palak, Dear Ambassador Excellency Masud Manan, and Dear Ambassador Excellency Mustafa Osman Turan, Dear Mr. Zekeriya Coştu, and Dear Bikarna Kumar Ghosh, Dear Mr. Senior Secretary N.M. Zeul Alam, representatives of Turkish and Bangladeshi business communities, distinguished guests. It is an honor for me to be here with our esteemed Bangladeshi and Turkish friends, and welcome you all to today's webinar, Turkey-Bangladesh Cooperation in ICT webinar. I would like to start by thanking Bangladesh High-Tech. I would like to start by thanking Bangladesh High-Tech Park Authority and their valuable colleagues, as well as our valuable speakers, for their support in organizing this webinar. Our topic today is a hot topic, and there is a vast area to explore in this field for Turkish and Bangladeshi companies. I will start with a brief introduction to our institution, Foreign Economic Relations Board, DEİK. As a business diplomacy organization, DEİK, Foreign Economic Relations Board, was established in 1985 to organize and manage the foreign economic relations of the Turkish private sector. DEİK is assigned with the following tasks: to conduct the foreign economic relations of the Turkish private sector, to enrich international investments and trade relations, to identify opportunities and challenges in international economic affairs. Our institution is comprised of business councils and funding institutions, and our members are private sector companies on a voluntary basis. Today, DEİK is home to 140 bilateral business councils, 5 sector-specific business councils, and 2 special-purpose business councils, with 97 funding institutions representing a large network of the private sector in Turkey. As a very recent development, I'm happy to share a very fresh news with you. Yesterday, DEİK announced that DEİK's 6th sector-specific business council is established, Digital Technologies Business Council. Hopefully, in the upcoming months, we can organize a meeting together with our newly established council and with Bangladeshi counterparts. DEİK Turkey, Bangladesh Business Council, established in 2011, operates as one of the business council structures, and our primary focus is on raising awareness for mutual trade and economic opportunities. Considering the last 3 years of our economic relations, we observe a little bit of growth trend, where currently trade volumes between our countries is nearly $1 billion. Those are 2021 numbers. We believe maintaining a regular dialogue to increase the trade volume and to create reliable and sustainable partnership is crucial. This brings us to our program today with distinguished speakers from our countries. We hope to broaden the extent of our dialogue by introducing an extensive outlook on digital ecosystem and technoparks and doing business with Bangladesh. Bangladesh is a huge market with 165 million population, and in the last 10 years, they have been one of the fastest growing countries in the world. So it is fair to say that the business opportunities in Bangladesh is increasing every year. With goals like Vision for 2041 and Digital Bangladesh, Bangladesh created one of the most ambitious and extensively thought out goals for development. And I hope after today, we will share our enthusiasm with regards to Bangladesh and future for the bilateral trade between our countries. Before concluding my words, I would like to briefly point out some of the striking milestones in Turkey's startup scene as well, to show that Turkey's technology development and startup ecosystem are also booming. Turkey's first unicorn, Peak Games, was founded in 2010, and its growth journey served as an example to all startups in Turkey. After making a name for themselves in mobile gaming industry, in just 10 years, they have acquired by Zynga for $1.8 billion, June 2020. Another mobile gaming company, Dream Games, which was co-founded by former employee at Peak Games, reached the $1 billion threshold only 2 years after this foundation in 2019. Perhaps with the help of the recognition Turkish startups started to yield. Besides the mobile gaming industry, Turkey also has a strong e-commerce competition. Hepsi Burada was founded at 2010, and in 2021, it became the first Turkish company to list on the Nasdaq, currently valuing around $4 billion. As you most probably know, the most recent example of Turkish startup ecosystem success is Getir. Founded at 2015, they grew as quick as they deliver orders and started operating in 8 other countries like United Kingdom, Germany, and United States in these 7 years. Getir also became the second unicorn of Turkey, currently valuing over $7.5 billion. Distinguished guests, I hope we are planting new seeds for Turkish-Bangladeshi partnership. On behalf of the DEİK Turkey and Bangladesh Business Council, I invite you to Turkey in the upcoming months. Also, as a last remark, I would like to congratulate Bangladesh on their Independence Day. Nowadays, in the new world structure, being a new country, forming a new independence is extremely difficult. During the history, during some specific times that most of the countries formed, most of the empires built and lost, every single day, I do believe that there is no black and white in this world. And I do believe that everything is based on interests. And every single day, it's more and more difficult to form a togetherness, a new country, and to operate as a successful new country. In this sense, I would like to, from my heart, congratulate Bangladesh state on their Independence Day. And hopefully our relationship will flourish. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ozdan, for your opening speech, sir. You have mentioned it right that there is a great potential for collaboration between the two fraternal states, as both countries have growing economies and vibrant ecosystem, enterprise ecosystem. ICT division is the parent organization, supports the overall activities of Bangladesh High Tech Authority. Today we have the Honorable Chair of the program, Mr. Khairul Amin, Additional Secretary. He will be addressing the session when we end. Going forward, in the session that we have, we want to invite His Excellency Masood Rahman, NDC, who is a diplomat of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. He is serving as the Ambassador of Bangladesh to the Republic of Turkey since 2020. Previously, he served as Ambassador of Bangladesh to the Republic of Uzbekistan, Germany, and many more countries. Earlier in his diplomatic career, he served in various capacities in Bangladesh missions in Beijing, New York, and many other countries. Mr. Mannan, over to you, sir.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable State Minister, Mr. Junaid Ahmed Paluk MP, Mr. Zakaria Kostu, General Manager, National Technology, Turkish Ministry of Industry and Technology, Mr. Onur Ozden, Chairman, DEİK, Turkey Bangladesh Business Council, His Excellency, my very dear friend, Mustafa Osman Turan, Turkish Ambassador to Bangladesh, Professor Dr. Attila Digbash, CEO, ITU, Technocant, Dr. Bikalno Kumar Ghosh, Managing Director, Bangladesh High Tech Park Authority, distinguished guests who has so kindly joined this program, including one of my former colleague, Mr. Abdul Rauf. A very good afternoon to all of you. It is my pleasure and honor to be here in this cooperation meeting. Bangladesh and Turkey share historical bonds, cultural synergies, and development affinities between two countries. Both of the countries have been each other's historic allies over a number of issues, and our economic bond is getting stronger every year. Bangladesh High Tech Park Authority is under ICT division of the Ministry of Posts, Telecommunication and IT, and works to develop appropriate infrastructure, that is high-tech and software industry, to create world-class business environment for high industrial growth in IT sector of Bangladesh. The major role of BHTPA is to create employment opportunity for unemployed youth of our country. BHTPA is also mandated to build incubation centers inside the universities and other areas of the country to make a bridge for fresh graduates and to prepare them ready for the job market. Integral part to the government's vision to make Bangladesh a middle-income country by 2021 has been the concept of digital Bangladesh, which to a great extent has been materialized. It has been a concept that recognized the importance of the ICT in realizing a modern society prepared to make the most of 21st century opportunities globally. As outlined by Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, Digital Bangladesh combines 4 key priorities: to develop human resources ready to engage through ICT with a rapidly changing world, to interconnect citizens in ways they find meaningful, to improve private sector and market productivity and competitiveness, and finally to bring services to every citizen's doorstep. And I am proud to say that, as Honorable Prime Minister envisioned, Bangladesh has graduated to become one of the middle-income countries in 2021, as predicted. While progress has been made in all 4 areas, it is in relation to the last of these priorities that progress to date is likely the most significant. The government has established 5,275 digital centers, including 4,547 union digital centers all over the country, each providing between 50 and 200 digitally based services. Through this initiative, even rural dwellers have become connected to the online global village. Public policy and initiative have also encouraged long-term upward growth in the number of mobile phone users, which has reached 170 plus million and over 98 million for internet users. In fact, with the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, Bangladesh is now the 57th country with the ownership of a satellite, bringing digital revolution in the country and around the globe. The government has planned to earn $5 billion and to 5 million job opportunities by the year 2025 from this sector. And to keep up with the speed of rapid digital transformation, government is also taking steps to enhance the skill of country's youth. I hope the outcome of this meeting will be a successful one and will play a vital role in engagement of the 2 organizations to go further in hand to hand. All such initiatives work towards achieving a truly digital Bangladesh, which sets the stage in turn for realizing the government's dream of Bangladesh as a knowledge-based developed country by the year 2041. I thank you very much for your patient hearing. Joy Bangla. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable speech. We would now like to request His Excellency Mr. Mustafa Turan, Turkish Ambassador to Bangladesh, to give his welcome speech. Just to give you a brief, His Excellency is a career diplomat since 1992 and worked in Italy, Albania, Macedonia, and many more countries. Before being appointed as Turkish Ambassador to Bangladesh, he was based in Ankara as Deputy Director General of Multilateral Economic Affairs. His Excellency Mustafa also considers himself as a social entrepreneur. He is known for his passion to host meaningful conversations in inspiring places. He has been an active advocate of entrepreneurship and introduced programs like Innovate Entrepreneurship, Innovation Meetup Groups, InnoCampus, and many more. His Excellency, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank for the invitation to this very important meeting. First of all, I would like to salute and greet His Excellency Cüneyt Ahmet Palak, Honorable State Minister for ICT Division. Also, Mr. Zekeriya Coştu from our Ministry of Industry and Technology, and obviously Mr. Onur Özden, who is the new chairman of DEİK Turkey-Bangladesh Business Council. One of his first really important activities was to convene this meeting. I congratulate him for his decision. My dear friend and colleague, Ambassador Mesut Manan in Ankara, I also see some familiar names like Professor Dr. Atilla Dikbaş, CEO of İTÜ Arı Teknokent. We have had some of those calls in the past to empower entrepreneurs in Turkey when I was there. It's been, as you can see, I am stuck in traffic in Dhaka, but thanks to mobile networks and internet network that is working quite well, I'm able to reach out to you in my car, and I'm very pleased to share with you my experience in Bangladesh, which is related to the topic of today's conversation, that is Bangladesh-Turkey cooperation in information and communication technologies. It's been 2 years since I came to Bangladesh, and since day one, I have realized that Bangladesh is very well known for its RMG sector and the success it achieved through ready-made garments and textile products. Bangladesh is the second largest RMG exporter in the world today. However, it would be underestimation of Bangladesh economy if we consider Bangladesh only with RMG sector. What I realized is that Bangladesh has a very robust and strong ICT sector and IT-enabled services sector, which includes more than 2,500 companies providing services not only for Bangladesh consumers, but also consumers around the world. Bangladesh has more than 600,000 freelance IT professionals who are catering for the needs of their customers. So I know that Bangladesh government has been successfully implementing Digital Bangladesh since 2008, and this program has enabled the country to establish a very strong and widespread network for internet. Internet access is quite has penetrated into even rural areas of the country. Similarly, mobile technology and solutions are giving the country a good infrastructure to develop its own digital economy. So I'm witnessing all of these in person, firsthand. And since I see this potential that Bangladesh is unfortunately underrated compared to some other countries in the region, the potential for collaboration is even more than we expect in Bangladesh. So I think Mr. Özden has given a good picture about what Turkish entrepreneurship, startup, and technology ecosystem is having as a remarkable progress in the last decade or two. Bangladesh is also having a similar progress. So there's a natural common interest for both countries to work together, not only between the governments, but also between various institutions and private sector and startups. When I first came to Bangladesh, we also brought an accelerator program that is called SDG Impact Accelerator, and we received more than 500 applications for a program that we organized on financial inclusion. And we recently graduated 2 very successful Bangladeshi startups to find solutions in the financial inclusion challenge. So these are just a few examples that I am witnessing myself here. And I am very happy to be able to work closely with the ICT division. Our embassy participates in many of their events. And I think in the years to come, if we can tap into this potential in Bangladesh through the High Tech Park Authority, which provides a lot of incentives in the high tech to invest, to build joint ventures, maybe technical solution partnership, and many other different ways. There is, I think, a big prospect for both countries to make our shared partnership beneficial to both sides at the same time. So I would like to conclude by saying that Bangladesh is growing and Turkey is already a part of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring speech. As you rightly pointed out, Bangladesh and Turkey has a lot of mutual grounds on developing entrepreneurship and help our youth establish a new world through their entrepreneurial journey. On this note, we would like to say that Bangladesh, a nation with an exemplary digital growth, have been achieved through Bangabandhu's welfare philosophy that was inherited by Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina back in 2008. She envisioned a developed nation and saw technology utilization to transform Bangladesh into a knowledge-based society. We will now have a short video on the achievement of digital Bangladesh under the guidance of Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina.
3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition.
The unbounded joy of freedom with my fellow countrymen who have owned their freedom in an epic liberation struggle. The ultimate achievement of this struggle is the creation of an independent, sovereign People's Republic of Bangladesh.
Our young men and women will be our front runners in turning Bangladesh into a middle-income country by 2021 and a developed country by 2041.
The people of Bangladesh will be primarily working in the knowledge industry, in the high-tech sector, providing knowledge-based services around the world, and not just being a part of the fourth industrial revolution, but leading the charge for the fourth industrial revolution.
While Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman created the foundation of digital Bangladesh, the Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina took the mantle with greater responsibility to realize the dream of a digital Bangladesh. Under her visionary leadership, using ICT as the primary driving force, government services for the citizens, employment for the youth have now become a reality to the people of Bangladesh. After announcing Digital Bangladesh Vision 2021 in 2008, the government has introduced multiple online facilities, digitized payment system, and one-stop service centers to lessen the hassle of its citizens. To eliminate the digital divide between urban and rural, rich and poor, Bangladesh applied a bottom-up, inclusive approach, starting development from rural regions. Spearheaded by the Prime Minister, Bangladesh has made tremendous strides during COVID-19 by introducing online vaccine registrations, telemedicine services, repurposing the National Helpline Service, and distributing relief among the underprivileged. The youth are the future leaders of Bangladesh and will be responsible for taking Bangladesh to the heights that both the father of the nation and the Honorable Prime Minister have dreamt of. Understanding that multiple initiatives have been taken to encourage youth entrepreneurs and social change makers, Bangladesh is also building a number of high-tech parks to attract foreign direct investment in the hardware and software manufacturing industry. This year marks the 50th year of independence of Bangladesh and the birth centenary of the founding father of Bangladesh, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. In this auspicious time, Bangladesh is moving onwards and upwards, keeping up with the Sustainable Development Goals of 2030, together with Bangladesh's own Vision 2041 and Delta Plan. The country is now well on its way to emerge as innovative Bangladesh, a role model for developing nations. Bangladesh of today breathes life into the hopes and dreams of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the father of the nation, and ensures the voices of the people are echoed across the globe.
Bangladesh has achieved a lot over the last 13 years in IT/ITES sector, thanks to our visionary Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and Honorable Advisor to the Honorable Prime Minister, the Architect of Digital Bangladesh, Mr. Sajib Wajid Joy, who have been guiding us throughout the journey towards a developed nation. Along with them, we have Mr. Junaid Ahmed Polok, MP, Honorable State Minister for ICT Division, whose dynamic leadership is guiding us through implementing an immense task in achieving the digital Bangladesh. Distinguished panelists and viewers, it is our pleasure to request our very own Honorable State Minister for ICT Division for his speech as our chief guest for the webinar. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Tamzid, for your excellent moderation and your kind introduction. Mr. Zakaria Kostu, General Manager, National Technology, Turkish Ministry of Industry and Technology. Mr. Onur Ozden, Chairman, DEİK, Turkey, Bangladesh Business Council. His Excellency Masood Mannan, NDC, Bangladesh Ambassador to Turkey. Our very own, my friend, His Excellency Mustafa Osman Turan, Turkish Ambassador to Dhaka. Professor Atalia Digbas, CEO, ITU, ARI, Technocant, and other participants from both of the countries, our startups, entrepreneurs, Managing Director of High Tech Park Authority, Dr. Bikorno Ghosh, today's session chair, Digital Security Agency's Director General, Mr. Khairul Amin, and friends from media, and Managing Director of Startup Bangladesh, Mr. Sami Ahmed, and young entrepreneurs, participants. I'm really delighted to be joining here, you all today at the first ever virtual business to business matchmaking webinar between Bangladesh and Turkey. At the outset, on the 50th anniversary of independence of Bangladesh and birth centenary of Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, I would like to pay my deep respect to Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and 3 million martyrs of our liberation war, because of whom we have our freedom and our great independent country, Bangladesh. A digital Bangladesh was an inspiring vision. However, many people doubted if it would be possible for Bangladesh to achieve such an ambitious vision. But today, under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and the guidance of our ICT Affairs Advisor, Mr. Sajib Wajid Joy, the architect of Digital Bangladesh, we not only have achieved the targets of Vision 2021 or Digital Bangladesh Vision, in some areas we have exceeded our targets. Today, Bangladesh has reached middle income status with per capita income of $2,591 US, with nearly 7% GDP growth, as one of the fastest growing economies in the world. The digital readiness that we had developed over the past 13 years helped us address the COVID-19 crisis and ensured that we were quickly able to shift to digital technologies to support the health, education, agriculture, commerce, and other sectors, and had continued GDP growth over 5% in 2020. During the pandemic time, Bangladesh achieved a digital boom in multiple sectors. The commerce market has grown to become a $3 billion business with over 600% growth since 2010. Bangladesh has achieved to become a global role in adopting digital finance with over 10 million daily transactions. The adoption of digital devices has also become a major economic phenomenon. With an average of 19% growth every year, the investment of the Turkish giant Arçelik in Bangladesh is a testament that Bangladesh holds a promising future. Bangladesh High-Tech Park Authority is also committed to ensure steady growth by leveraging the adoption and innovation of technology. We are building 39 high-tech and software technology parks and 64 Sheikh Kamal IT training incubation centers across the country in order to create a knowledge-based economy by driving the young population into technology-based employment. Among these 11 IT parks are operational and ready for investments. These high-tech parks are becoming the backbone of our future digital transaction and opportunities. We are getting investments pretty much in all aspects of information technology, AI, blockchain-based software technology, biotechnology, renewable energy, green technology, IT hardware, IT-enabled services, R&D, etc. Global companies like Sony, Hyundai, Nokia, Samsung have already established their operation in high-tech parks. These factories are taking the benefit of a growing nation along with a number of facilities, incentives to help the investors start their businesses in Bangladesh, such as 100% tax and VAT rebates, 100% tax rebates in capital machinery, 100% profit repatriations, 100% foreign ownership, and many more. Over the past few years, Bangladeshi startups have achieved phenomenal growth with a number of unicorns, with over 2,500 active startups, 200 plus angel investors, more than 40 accelerators. Our startups are reporting staggering growth in a very short time. Startups are ShopUp, Pathao, Chaldal, Paperfly have raised around $400 million in international funds. In just last year, local startups secured over $130 million in foreign investments and are growing beyond our border and expanding to India, Nepal, Thailand, Bhutan, and many more market needs. Realizing potential, we launched Shoto Borshe Shoto Asha under the Startup Bangladesh Limited company to invest 1 billion taka in 50 startups this year. The fund will provide investment in equity, convertible debt, and grants in pre-seed, seed, and growth stage startups. It will invest through co-investments, through asset managements and managers to provide in-kind support to startups and stakeholders. Bangladesh and Turkey share strong historical and cultural roots. After the independence of Bangladesh, relations between the two countries flourished following Turkish recognition of the country as a new independent state in 1974. Over the years, our partnership has strengthened, and now Bangladesh and Turkey cooperate in many areas, including trade, defense, foreign investment, and education. The current two-way annual trade between Turkey and Bangladesh stands over 1 billion US with a positive trade balance between the countries. Two countries hold the potential to grow further on mutual grounds such as ICT services, technology transfer, R&D center, developments, etc. We can also explore joint opportunities to support startups from both of the countries. We can introduce facilities in equity investments, funding and grants, accelerator and incubator programs, and innovation labs through initiatives such as Startup Bangladesh Limited, IDEA Project, etc. I see we have the CEO of ITU, Mr. Digbas and Mr. Sami Ahmed today with us. So hoping they would shed light on this. We can also explore opportunities in joint training and skill development programs covering frontier technologies such as machine learning, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, blockchain, robotics, etc. We are planning to make new generation familiar with frontier technologies like augmented reality, virtual reality, robotics, IoT, and blockchain technology to make them equipped for the fourth industrial revolution, and having Turkish companies investing in the skill development may help both of the countries. The trade opportunities between Bangladesh and Turkey together are endless. Bangladesh is Turkish's second biggest trade partner in South Asia after India. Bangladesh can be a key focus of Turkey for trade and investment. We must all come together to support the ideas and vision of young people. After all, the future is theirs. We are all ready to help the youth of our nation take the lead in building a green, knowledge-based, innovative, smart, progressive Bangladesh. I would like to conclude by mentioning one of my favorite quotations of Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. I quote, "If you want to go fast and far, innovate together." Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring speech. You have really set a master plan of opportunities where Bangladesh and Turkey can work together. We now would like to request our special guest, Mr. Zakaria Kostu, General Manager, National Technology, Turkish Ministry of Industry and Technology, to give his remarks. The Ministry of Industry and Technology is a government ministry office of the Republic of Turkey, responsible for industrial and commercial affairs in Turkey. May I have you have the honor, sir, please.
Thank you very much. His Excellency, Honorable State Minister, Their Excellencies, Ambassadors of Turkey and Bangladesh, dear Chairman, Mr. Özden, and all distinguished participants, I'd like to extend my deepest regards and greetings from Ankara. Being a part of such an event, an important event, and having the chance for sharing the same stage with you is a source of actually a source of a pleasure and honor for me. After very valuable remarks, I'll try to contribute to discussions by highlighting some facts about Turkey's technology ecosystem, and sharing our perspective for improvement of cooperation between our countries. Despite some geographical distance, we are talking about bringing closer two countries who have actually some basic similarities, common characteristics, and common values, actually. And I believe that both sides have unique strengths that would complement each other's. In order to cultivate these, it's very important to build solid communication channels between two countries and know each other very closely. I know that DEİK and its counterparts have been putting real efforts on this, and like today's event. Please let me thank you all who participated in organization of this impactful meeting. Dear valuable participants, Turkey has become a true technology hub thanks to its achievements of the last 20 years. Almost all of the basic figures related to technological development has shown big jumps of maybe 5 to 20 times during that period of time. For instance, total number of researchers in Turkey has soared to 200,000 from 30,000 in that period of time. The number of patent applications has increased 20 times from 2002 to 2020. And Turkey has currently more than 80 high-tech parks. We are calling them techno parks in Turkey. Actually, it was only 5 about 15 years ago. Within those technology zones, technology parks, almost 8,000 technology enterprises and startups are conducting R&D projects, and up to today, more than 40,000 R&D projects have been completed. Apart from those high-tech parks, techno parks, more than 1,500 private companies have standalone R&D centers in Turkey. Not just local companies are doing R&D, but also global ones are investing on high-tech development in Turkey. More than 100 multinational companies are running R&D centers for their domestic and global operations. In addition to its well-established R&D infrastructure and capacity, Turkey has achieved to create a strong and vibrant startup ecosystem, which is actually becoming more popular at global level. Size of the, for instance, venture capital investments on Turkish startups exceeded 1.5 billion US dollars last year, which was almost 10 times higher than the previous year. With this improvement, luckily we have reached 4 unicorns and decacorns recently. I know that similar to Turkey, Bangladesh has also shown a remarkable improvement in technology ecosystem. For instance, the VC investments have reached to 160 million US dollars last year, with an almost 4-time increase compared to the previous year. And it's easy to see that there is a huge effort in Bangladesh to accelerate this development. Increasing numbers of high-tech parks or establishment of state-backed VC funds are a few examples of important initiatives to enlarge the technology ecosystem in Bangladesh. And of course, there is no need to say that Bangladesh has a huge talent pool for creation of technology. With its huge young population, I believe that Bangladesh will be the best performers of the world in terms of technological development in the upcoming years. As I mentioned earlier, Turkey and Bangladesh have some similarities and some unique advantages that would complement each other. I strongly believe that there is a big potential for cooperation in especially ICT sector, and I hope that today it would be possible to create real business and partnership opportunities for companies from both sides. Before finishing my words, I'd like to make an invitation to all the participants for another occasion to come together in person in Turkey. As you might already know that we have been organizing world's biggest technology festival for 5 years, which is, we are calling it Technofest. Actually, it's a perfect ground to know and learn about Turkish technology ecosystem in one place maybe and in one time. Therefore, it will be, I want to invite all the participants to that event. It will be held in the first week of September of this year. Actually, I urge you all to come to Turkey and enjoy this great event and Turkey's beauty with this occasion, actually. Thank you for your time and listening to me. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Mr. Zakaria Kostu, sir, for your detailed speech. We really have an outline where we can work and where we can go together between the countries. I would like to now call Mr. Bikarna Kumar Ghosh, Managing Director, Additional Secretary, Grade 1, to give his short presentation. Just to give you a brief, Bangladesh High Tobacco Authority is leading the Digital Bangladesh vision by creating cooperation, conducive business environment, developing a new generation of entrepreneurs by enabling infrastructures for the youths and companies moving in Bangladesh. Sir, if would like to call you for your presentation. Thank you.
The scheme is visible, Mr.
Yes,
Tamjid?
Yes, visible, sir.
And is it moving?
Not
It's
really,
the third
sir.
slide.
Yeah. Can you put it on screen mode?
Yeah, I'm putting on the presentation and it's moving. Is it working?
No, sir.
Just
it's
okay. Just give me a few second time to make it more. Is it visible right now, Mr. Tamjid?
Is it visible? It is visible, sir, but it's not moving yet, sir.
Not moving? I'm on the second slide.
The slide is here. Yes. Can you move to the next
And
one?
is this third slide? Is it? Can you see, Honorable Prime Minister?
No, sir. It's not moving. Maybe you can go with this. Yeah, go with the speech. Maybe I don't know.
Just a few seconds.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
now,
yes.
okay. So thank you very much, Mr. Tamjid. It's my honor to be present here. Honorable State Minister, ICT Division, Mr. Jonathan Pollock MP, who is also my guardian, who is leading the ICT Division. His Excellency Mr. Zakaria Kostu, General Manager, National Technology, Turkish Ministry of Industry and Technology. Mr. Onur Ostein, Chairman DEİK, and also Chairman of Bangladesh Turkey Business Council. His Excellency Mr. Masoud Manan, NDC, Bangladesh Ambassador to Turkey. His Excellency Mustafa Osman Turan, Turkish Ambassador to Dhaka. Secretary in charge and also Director General of Digital Security Agency, Mr. Khairul Amin. Professor Dr. Edila Digbas, CEO, ITU. Managing Director, Startup Bangladesh Limited, Mr. Sami Ahmed. Ms. Dilek Tuna, Mr. Aikan Tamali, business leaders from Bangladesh and from Turkey and other dignitaries here. I wish all a very, very good afternoon from Dhaka and good noon, Turkey. At the very outset, I would like to pay my gratitude and homage to Father of the Nation, who actually offered and lead us during the great independent war 50 years back. We pray for the peace soul of our great leader, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. We also pay our thanks to Honorable Prime Minister, who is leading us from digital Bangladesh. We already achieved it. And to our next dream, Bangladesh as developed nation, Bangladesh as the innovative nation and smart nation. Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. And also to our ICT advisor, Mr. Shajeev Wajid, the architect of Digital Bangladesh, who is leading us, supervising us, and guiding us in all our activities. In short, we are under transformation from Digital Bangladesh to inclusive Bangladesh, Vision 2021, Vision 2031, and then finally Vision 2041. We are now the middle income country, and by 2031, we wish to be an upper middle income country, and by 2041, the high income country. And the role of high-tech park is a great for this transformation. The key drivers for the digital revolution that we are right now the second largest digital outsourcing city in the world, and also the fifth world largest internet user in the world. We have the second largest data center. We are the 9th social media user, and the same position for the cell phone user. And we are at the 12th ranking using a smartphone, and also for having own satellite, we are the 57th nation. I just give example of some of the digital activities and achievements that we have done during the last 12 years. The present e-commerce is expected to grow around 80% every year. Present market size is about $3.1 billion, and the gross market value is about $5 billion by next 2 years. The total number of e-commerce and also the web commerce is more than 2,500. And for the e-commerce alone is 50,000. Total jobs created in IT area is 2 million during the last 10 years, and is expected to be 5 million by next 3 years. I just give example of some of the startups. We have nearly 2,500 startups right now operating. Some of the big one that is going to be unicorn are the Bikash, as mentioned by the Honorable State Minister Pathal, SureCash, Shohoz, Jaldal, Paperfly. There is going to be unicorn, and one or two already have become. And we are expecting one or more unicorn every year from 2025. For the high-tech parks, right now, 39 high-tech parks or software technology parks under construction, and 11 are in the government sector are already in operation. We having 64 districts, and the instruction from the Honorable Prime Minister and ICT advisor to make ready at least one high-tech park or the IT training center, each and every district. For nearly 4,500 unions, that's the lowermost administrative area in our country, 80% are connected through optical fiber. So, and each and every of the educational institutions is going to have the optic fiber connection by next 2 years. The high-tech parks right now operation in the public sector is very close to Dhaka city, it's in Kaliapur, about 40 kilometers. One in the northern area, in Sylhet, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib High-Tech Park. One in the northern area, the Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib High-Tech Park in Rajshahi. Software technology parks, one in Dhaka city, very close in the heart of Dhaka city, and one in the Sylhet, and one in the Jashore, and also one in Chittagong, named after the heroic freedom fighter, Sheikh Jamal, the second son of the father of the nation. And the IT training centers are in Natur, Rajshahi, in two of our IT universities, one in Chittagong and Khulna IT University. These are some of the pictures. Is the screen visible, Mr. Tamji?
So yes, sir.
Okay. So these are some of the photos right now we're having. This is the largest high-tech park, about 40 kilometers from the center of Dhaka city, over the area of 355 acres, and 50 companies are now operational in the high-tech parks, with employment generation more than 2,000 single high-tech parks. And one of the very notable companies from the China is the Oryx Biotech. They are under operation and they're going to make the biological product here. 75 companies operational with 5,000 young people, young stars are working over there. These are some of the companies. Nokia is making their own cell phone here. Also optical fiber, different companies. One of the, so you see at the right bottom, there's the 6th largest data center, the Tier 4 data center. And there are some of the small data center in different buildings that are operational. The left upper is in Chittagong, one of the software technology park, named after heroic freedom fighter Sheikh Jamal. And the upper right is one of the IT business incubator in one of our IT university, and also 2-3 infrastructure. You can see here one in the Sylhet and other in the Khulna University of Engineering Technology. The left one is in the Joshua Software Technology Park, named after the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. And these are the IT training and incubation centers you can see here. These are some of the incoming projects. India is supporting us with making 12 high-tech parks. The right one is the design. The middle one is one of a dream project, Sheikh Hasina Institute of Frontier Technology. This will be another dream project that will make our IT area to one step ahead. And also in the center of the Dhaka, there will be another software technology park, Vision 2021 Tower 2. You see, these are the smartphones we are making in our high-tech parks, the different brands we can see here, the Vivo, Techno, Samsung, Nokia, and different other brands you can see here, all are made in Bangladesh. And also some electrical and electronics worked on our local giant, and other the Samsung, who is making all their smartphone and electronics in Bangladesh. Sony is going to operate, going to be operational by next 2 years, and they also will be manufacturing smartphones and all the electronics in Bangladesh. The car, Hyundai, and also one of a local company, they are going to manufacture a car and the electric car onwards in our own country, and we are going to be the operational in this area. You see here some of the companies on the right side: Vivo, Hyundai, BITX, Genex, Sony, Nokia, Fleet, Oppo, Oryx, Samsung, Ulkasami, Walton, Singer. Some are the local companies and some are operating as the multinational companies. And you see the opportunities in the high-tech parks is almost endless. You have the opportunity to invest in fintech area, edutech area, health tech area, IoT integration, mobile handset manufacturing, consumer electronics manufacturing, e-waste management area, motorcycle, commercial and personal automobile, manufacturing, battery tech, FPV, EV, software development, industry automation, semiconductor, chip design, manufacturing, and many others. These are some of the examples, the major incentives right now offered by the government for the investors who will be operating or who will be working in our high-tech parks. 10 years tax exemption, first one. Second one is the exemption of income tax on the expatriate professionals for 3 years. For all the capital machineries, the duty-free. The investors can come with 100% equity. It need not to be in the joint venture, something like that. You can have the bonded warehouse facilities. All our high-tech parks is declared as bonded warehouse. You can have the VAT exemption or duty exemption on the utilities like electricity, water, gas, like that. And also you can repatriate your profit and your investment anytime, any moment, if you like. That's why the Avast group, they said, quote, Bangladesh is far ahead of other emerging market countries in giving incentives to attractive investors and facilitate FDI. Till today, ICT division alone has trained up 650,000 youths. Out of those, 255,000 women. High-tech park already have trained 32,000 young stars on fourth industrial revolution technology like IoT, AI, robotics, big data analytics, augmented reality, virtual reality, and this kind of high technologies. 65,000 plus stars, young stars are trained up by the ICT division for different kinds of ICT. In addition to those, we are also helping the universities for making our students world-class. Natural language processing lab. And in addition to those, nearly 13,000 educational institutions having their own digital labs. They're getting computer training and also the language in their own institutions. And by next 4 years, all of our institutions and educational institutions will be having their own labs. We are providing different kinds of 4I labs like IoT, machine learning, deep learning lab, software development, 3D printing lab, and also the innovation hubs we are going to be established in our different universities by next 2-3 years. And our journey from digital Bangladesh to smart Bangladesh. Vision 2021 to Vision 2041. Bangladesh as middle income country, Bangladesh as high income country, Bangladesh as an innovative nation. We want to be a developed nation by 2041. And huge investment is a precondition for our dream. The nation wants to be smart, including its environment, infrastructure, governance, and also the community. So before conclusion, I also invite you people, dignitaries, and friends from Turkey to visit Bangladesh. Come and see the endless opportunities. Business is all about win-win. Let's join together. Let's make the both nation more and more prosperous. High-tech park, we will be with you all your journey. I again invite you, and we are expecting to join you on the first week of September. Thank you for inviting us. We will join the great event that is going to be happen in Turkey. That's all from my side. Thank you very much. Good evening from Dhaka, and also good afternoon from Turkey. Joy Bangla. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kov. I will take over the moderation duties from Mr. Tamzid Ahmed. Now I would like to thank you for your valuable and fruitful institutional cooperation between DEİK and the HDPA. And of course, thank you, Mr. Tamzid Ahmed, for your fruitful cooperation during the preparations. We will now proceed with our next panelist, Professor Dr. Kasım Yenigün from Kastamonu Teknokent. Dr. Yenigün is the Vice Chancellor of Kastamonu University, faculty member in the Engineering and Architect Department, and General Manager for Technology Transfer Office in Kastamonu University, as well as General Manager of Kastamonu Teknokent. Dr. Yenigün, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Distinguished Excellencies and Chairman and other participants, thank you very much. I am pleased to be with you in this webinar and to discuss opportunities to work together. I would like to tell you a little bit about Kastamonu Technopark as a new structure for cooperation between Turkey and Bangladesh on information and communication technologies. Kastamonu is an northwest side of Turkey and in the Black Sea region, West Black Sea region. As you know, information technologies have entered every phase of life intensely and have become an indispensable part of our lives. In fact, sectors such as food, health, shelter, agriculture, and livestock, which are indispensable for life, have existed since the first human being. It cannot be ignored that the importance of many activities such as production, logistics, sales, marketing, finance, insurance, warehousing, and so on is increasing. Therefore, we are also aware that the parameter that ensures the continuation of these two important issues together practically and sustainably is ICT. Therefore, I would like to tell you a little about Kastamonu as a region with the potentials I mentioned above, and Kastamonu Technopark, which has started to provide opportunities and infrastructures for the use of this technology. E-commerce, e-trade, marketing, software studies, and software related to this and similar products, especially in the region, which has an important potential in fields such as forest industry products, non-wood forest products, food products, medicinal aromatic plants, animal products, mineral products, nature tourism potential, and gastronomy. Companies are gaining in importance. Therefore, ICT companies that will manage the service sector at the source of production and the raw material can also work efficiently. It is important to keep this issue in mind. Now, I want to share some information about Kastamonu Technopark. By the way, I want to give an example. An Bangladeshi company, I think you know Hamdard company from your Hamdard University, is in Kastamonu. They are still manufacturing medicine sector in Kastamonu, Tosya, and Hamdard has a facility more than, I think, 5,000 square meter size. That is a good example for cooperation and develop the RD, and we want to increase these examples. I want to share my screen. Yes, I think you see this. No problem, Mr. Damali.
Fine. Can you please browse through the slides?
Okay. That's, I think, better, huh? Yes, I want to show where we are. As you know, I said it is in the northwest side of Anatolia, the Turkey. And I want to show some pictures from the city. Those are our touristical potentials, because the ICT technologies.
Thank you, Dr. Yenigün. Sorry, we see the first page. We cannot see the other slides.
This one?
No, not working now. Did you made it full screen?
Sorry.
Not working. We only see the opening page of the presentation.
Okay. Is it okay now?
No.
Okay.
Can you stop sharing and do it again, please? Let's try again.
I think a problem. I want to share it again. Is it still a problem?
I think it will work now.
Is it work now?
We can see the city photos.
Okay. Yes. I want to show some pictures from Kastamonu that are from our touristical potentials and continue from our nature tourism potential. We have big canyons here and winter and summer touristic potential. Maybe you can hear the Ilıca place, Ilıca water and Ilgaz mountains, and some traditional houses, and also the traditional foods you see. That's our, I think, that's importance increasing widely, and some special foods like mustach, garlic, and other rice, tosya rice, and others, and handmade carpets and wooden handmade products, and etc. And here you see the amount of the wooden products of Kastamonu in Turkey, with other cities. Yes, I want to tell about the Kastamonu Technokent. The establishment of Kastamonu Technopark company started at the end of the 2019. Feasibility studies were initiated to create a strong and sustainable system, and some good examples from Turkey were examined. As a result of these studies, it was decided to establish a technology development incubation center and to support R&D companies in cooperation with Kastamonu University and public-private NGO structures. The successful results of our first prefabricated building resulted in the establishment of a new management and incubation center building in Kastamonu Technology Development Zone. In addition to its location advantage and regional potential, Kastamonu University has started to make Kastamonu Technopark a new center of attraction with its infrastructure and knowledge, tax exemptions and incentives provided to business. With its expertise in tourism and forestry, Kastamonu University has started to demonstrate its ability to provide qualified infrastructure and support to researchers and companies that develop and produce technologies that will increase the country's international competitiveness. Yes, the main building of Kastamonu Technopark or Science Park was put into service at the beginning of 2022. We are in this building about only 1 month, and now today it's more than 65% is full, and half of the companies are on IT technologies. Yes, this is another screen of that building. Companies currently operating within Kastamonu Technopark, software and information technologies, mechanics and design, medical technologies, health and environment, advanced materials, agriculture, food, aviation, and other specializes in the fields. Yes, this is the sectoral distribution of companies. You see the software companies, about half of the size of the companies. This is our increasing area after the development area was increased from 10,000 square meter to 110,000 square meter in order to support the RD studies. These are is divided into thematic RD islands, this area. For example, forest industry island, food and medicinal aromatic plants island, or animal production, renewable energy, innovative technologies, IT technologies, and etc. maybe. And we have many programs for companies and entrepreneurs in that Technopark. This include the basic level entrepreneurship program, specialization focused entrepreneurship program. Our specialization is on forestry and nature tourism, and that programs are going on incubation center. We named it Entrepreneurship Valley, and a Cubic Technology Transfer Office for the commercialization of academic knowledge. Due to its services and activities, Kastamonu Technopark is aimed to be one of the most developed and successful technoparks in Turkey. Yes, you know that our possibilities for financial support and our general manager explained some of them, and our other possibilities in Technopark, many rooms, and also we have a big accredited central research laboratory from food and other genetic technologies. Also, we have a big R&D center for wooden products here. Those are some numbers about our studies, our works, and some number of our collaborations is 49, and some of symbols, the companies shown here. And we have 6 support offices. The first one is Technokent Academy Unit, was established to provide training and mentoring support to academicians, entrepreneurs, researchers, and students during their idea and entrepreneurship processes by experts in their fields. And another office is USIM, University and Industry Cooperation Office. That center was established to ensure that the scientific potential and research results of the university are transferred to the industry and converted into economic value. And one more, the Patent Support Office was established to inform academics, entrepreneurs, and students about the protection of intellectual property and industrial rights, to support awareness raising efforts in all processes related to the realization of their ideas, and to perform licensing and commercialization services. And another office, Project Support Office, in order to increase the participation of entrepreneurs, researchers, students, and academicians at Kastamonu University, and the region in national or international research projects and support programs, and to benefit from these projects. It's a unit established to provide information, project design, and administrative support services. And a new office in our Technopark is Innovative Technologies Office was established to ensure that innovative priority and critical technologies are used to solve problems in the fields of science, engineering, health, and social science. And we work in Kastamonu with some other structures like Kastamonu University Technology Transfer Office, Development Agency, and some other structures. Besides this, grant supports for projects realized in the region and institutions that offer technical support. Yes, here we have a video about 2 minutes. If I have enough time, I want to show it.
The favorite city of the historical Silk Road, extending from Beijing to Istanbul. Accessibility to Ankara via highway, to Istanbul via airway, and to all around the world from there. Reachability to the Black Sea via Inebolu port and to international maritime trade routes via the Straits. Qualified instructor staff from primary and secondary education to undergraduate level. Qualified human potential raised by educational institutions. Turkey's cleanest city thanks to its geographical position intertwined with nature. Activity options that improve the quality of life. Above standard facilities in healthcare services. 65% of its land is covered with forests. Available lands for manufacturing industry. The locomotive sector of the region is manufacturing of wood products and furniture. Living treasures of the wooden tradition, masters, door manufacturing industry, which manufactures one of the 3 doors in Turkey. Copper mines that have been operated for 3,000 years. Leading city in block marble and worked marble. Emerging investment trends in textile and apparel sectors. The presence of natural areas, organic and healthy agricultural products, thanks to convenient agricultural lands. Central position in cattle breeding. Strong potential in aquaculture with 170 kilometers of coastline. Ecological diversity that enables the cultivation of medicinal and aromatic products. Rich culinary culture and geographical indications. The goal of joining the UNESCO Creative Cities Network in the field of gastronomy. Home to 3 national parks, where 4 seasons are lived. Haunt for athletes of outdoor sports and adventure enthusiasts. The city of culture and tourism, with its historical streets and refunctioned mansions. Invest in Kastamonu, reference point of investments.
Yes, that's all. Thank you very much for your listening.
Thank you, Professor Yenikan. It's an honor for us to have you here with us. Now we will proceed with İTÜ Teknokent. I would like to invite Professor Dr. Atilla Dikbaş, the General Manager of İTÜ Teknokent. Professor, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Olcay. Dear ambassadors, dear program chairs, dear guests, dear friends. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting us as our Technopark. As you know, Istanbul Technical University is the oldest and biggest university in Turkey. And as you know also, the Technoparks in Turkey, we almost more than 90. And then we are the first with Middle East Technical University as Technoparks. And I am coordinator of Istanbul Technical University's Technopark Foundation. And our Teknokent was founded in 2002. We are celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. I am also, as you know, founding coordinator of Arı Teknokent. And then before the presentation, I would like to introduce Arzu Yılmaz, who is director of our incubating system. Please, Arzu, please present our ecosystem.
Thank you very much.
ITÜ Çekirdek, ITÜ SIT, and our incubation system.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Attila. First of all, I'd like to say that it's my pleasure to be a part of this meeting, where there are precious participants and managers from both of two countries. I prepared this brief presentation, and now I will share it with you. I'll share the sound as well, since I'll have two videos that I want to share with you. Do you see the whole screen and do you see that I skip as well?
Not yet, Arzu. Maybe
the same problem, I think. I stop and I'll share again. So now you see the presentation slides as well at the left side. And when I push the button, the slide presentation, do you see the whole picture?
No.
Okay. So I think use.
Okay, and then we are both sides.
Let me find a small. Now, does it change?
Okay.
Does it change?
No.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'll go one by one. So first, I'd like to present what we are doing in our Technopark in a brief phrases. In a brief phrase, İTÜ Teknokent's main mission is to enhance Turkey's R&D potential. We try to support technology development of technology companies and entrepreneurs, and we offer them the most suitable environment and opportunities. The most biggest strength behind us is our university. Istanbul Technical University is older than Turkish Republic, and it's a huge university, huge engineering university with more than 40,000 students. It's like a small village at the center of Istanbul, at the finance district of Istanbul. And Arı Teknokent is the science park of our university. In our main campus at the finance district, Maslak, we have 10 buildings, and in that 10 buildings we have 300 resident companies. And up until now, there are more than 3,500 R&D projects successfully finished. And among these companies, there are approximately 9,000 staff who are working on developing R&D projects. And so far, the total export is approximately $900 million, and the total revenue is $2 billion. I'll skip very fast in order to fit in my timeline. What makes us different? First, the location in Istanbul, and at the heart of the business center, our Technopark location is very useful, and we have a very strong collaboration and synergy between our companies. We could say that we are as a hub, working as a hub. Of course, there are tax advantages that our governments provides for all of our technoparks. Of course, our Technokent companies are eligible to use those tax advantages as well, and they can access the qualified human source, since the universities, academicians, and the students are very qualified engineers. Plus, in a very green environment, in a birds and trees area, and with a lake. We have a happy personnel, and all the buses, all the companies owners are very happy to be in a such as a green campus. But the differentiator of Arı Teknokent, I think those incubation and entrepreneurship programs, especially İTÜ Çekirdek. İTÜ Çekirdek means İTÜ Seed in English, is a worldwide known and very successful entrepreneurship center for the entrepreneurs who start their projects from the idea phase. And with İTÜ Çekirdek, we help them to establish their startups, and we host them during +1 year as our resident company. I'll focus on İTÜ Çekirdek in my next slides, but after İTÜ Çekirdek, Arı Teknokent has a 2,000 square meter co-working space for the startups who want to scale their projects. So after the İTÜ Çekirdek phase, let's say ideation and market confirmation phase, if you, for example, establish your startup and if you have already clients, and if you want to scale your business, you should come to İTÜ Magnet as a co-working space in a umbrella of our Technopark. And the last step is the globalization. For the scale-ups who want to expand their projects and businesses to global markets, we run Innogate program for them to make them learn how to analyze global markets, how to analyze the country that they want to enter, and how to build their strategies in order to enter this market that they choose. So now I focus on İTÜ Çekirdek. Firstly, I'd like to say that this is a 10 years old incubation center. And nowadays, for example, in 2021, we accepted more than 500 entrepreneurs projects to our incubation center. It means that we run 5 times our training programs and services in a year in order to support 500 projects. So if you have a technology-based idea or a project, you can come and apply to İTÜ Çekirdek. And if we approve your application and if we accept you to our incubation center, first you can use every physical environment infrastructure, the internet and the office spaces. But the soul of this program, let's say the secret sauce, is the acceleration part. We have more than 500 mentors in our acceleration program, and we give them a worldwide proven entrepreneurship program in order to commercialize their project during their journey in İTÜ Çekirdek. Of course, we give them opportunity to develop their prototypes. We have laboratories in our Teknokent, the prototyping laboratories, and if they need more, of course they can use Istanbul Technical University's laboratories and infrastructure as well. As I said, we accept more than 500 projects to our incubation center, and every year at the end of the year, November, we organize a huge event named Big Bang, and at that event we meet our entrepreneurs, chosen ones, approximately 80 of them, 80, with investors and sponsors that we already handshaked before during the year. And at that event, investors and our sponsors decide to who to give their investments or awards. For example, 2021 total award and investment at the Big Bang stage was $33 million. It's a huge number, even in $1 million. In Turkey, it's a huger number, of course. And after Big Bang, when they get their seed funds, we accept them to our Technopark as a Technopark company, and we continue to give them coachings and give them all opportunities that we can provide. So in a brief, I try to explain what we are doing in İTÜ Çekirdek, but I'm sure that a video will show you better what we are doing. So here I want to show you my video, but first I think you here as well?
Okay now, just close your eyes and imagine a room full of sharp minds working with a total dedication for tomorrow's technologies with an innovative approach. Here is the place where people are shaping the future by creating technology-based solutions with a shared wisdom filled with harmony. So what's the deal with this place then? First and foremost, let's make a fancy start by saying that ITU Seed is ranked among the top 5 in the world's university incubation centers by UBI Global. And let's not also forget that this center in Istanbul is a very important bridge for entrepreneurs to reach the European, Middle East and US markets. Every year, approximately 10,000 entrepreneur teams apply to ITU Seed from 29 different countries, including Germany, the Netherlands, England and France. It's safe to say that ITU Seed is an incubator without borders. Up to date, 3,500 startups, which equals to 7,700 entrepreneurs, have been accepted to ITU Seed. Now let's consider 1,100 startups, every single one of them brought to life from ITU Seed in only 10 years. Furthermore, ITU Arı Teknokent has allocated millions of euros to ITU Seed since its establishment. This could be pretty hard to visualize, but it looks something just like that. What do you think all that money turned into? If only you knew. It turned into zillions of gigabytes, thousands of hours of consultancy service, fully equipped and well-structured work environment, raw material support for prototype building and lab setups that any startup could ever wish for. Moreover, 15 full-time ITU Seed staff and our dedicated coaches, who are always the companions of our startups, are the essentials of this whole journey as well. If you ask what is the success factor of ITU Seed, we have more than 40 devoted partners that we share the same vision with, such as Istanbul Chamber of Industry, Elgin Khan Foundation, the Istanbul Metropolitan Municipality, Istanbul Planning Agency, Automotive Industry Exporters Association, IGA Istanbul Airport, and InsurTech sector leaders. Are we done yet? Not even close. How much investment do ITU Seed startups have so far? Let me put it this way. It was over about 93 million euros and 613 million euros in the valuation of those startups in total. How about the total turnover? 40 million euros. And with that turnover, all those startups employ more than 5,200 staff. What could be more? You know what? If you believe in your startup, bring it to ITU Seed. All hands will be on deck. We will work as one to turn it greater. If you want to support a startup, be our partner. We will be waiting for all of you.
I hope that the video could explain itself better than me. And as I mentioned, that we have a huge event at the end of every year for approximately 80 of our startups, and all of our investors and sponsors who want to support our startups. Here is the last year's small brief video production in order to make you feel better what we are doing every year in Istanbul.
Böylesine bir rekorla kapatıyoruz. Tebrikler, tebrikler.
İşte Türkiye'nin kazanan girişimcileri.
Big Bang 2021.
Artık biz Türkiye'nin kuluçkası, Türkiye'nin inkubatörü değiliz. Dünyanın bir incubator'ı, dünyanın merkeziyiz.
Geveze bizlerle birlikte efendim.
Ben anneme WhatsApp'ın nereden para kazandığını 5 yıldır
I
anlatamadım.
think you can see the subtitle because
İstanbul
of
Teknik
the
Üniversitesi Çekirdek ile
box over there.
bu çağrımızı uzun yıllar sürdüreceğiz ve girişimlerimiz sayesinde yaratıcı İstanbul hedefimize hep birlikte yol alacağız.
Mentorlarımızla, danışmanlarımızla, sanayicilerimizle ve değerli girişimcilerimizle başlattığımız bu program yarınlara yaşanabilir bir Türkiye ve daha iyi bir dünya bırakmak için tarihi bir adım olur.
Türkiye'nin ilk orijinal ilaçları olacaklar.
Bulut ortamında zaman etiketli olarak saklıyoruz.
6 yıl önce otomotiv sektörüne değer katacak girişimciler çıkar mı acaba diye düşünürken bugün geldiğimiz noktada ne mutlu ki hangi girişim unicorn olmaya daha yakın diye konuşuyoruz.
Peki biz bunu nasıl başardık?
Otomatik olarak hayat veriyoruz. Genç ve dinamik bir ekibimiz bulunuyor.
Ülkemizin sürdürülebilir kalkınmasında ve küresel rekabetteki gücünü artırmasında en stratejik alanlardan biri olarak değerlendirdiğimiz teknoloji girişimlerine destek sunmayı sürdürmeye kararlıyız.
Yapay zeka destekli dijital asistan olsa.
Yapay zekaya itiraz.
Hareket algılayan birer oyun kumandası olarak kullanmıyoruz diye düşündük.
Bizi desteklemeniz gerekiyor. Deep Sport. Sporda tek isim. Abi bu reklam için
Var ya
gerçek...
bir şey söyleyeceğim. Gevezeye seslendirme yaptırdınız.
Ayıp değil mi dedi insanlara yalan söylüyorsun?
Hayallerimin de ötesine çıktı.
Buraya kadar iyi geldik. Bundan sonra kafamda deli sorular. Seni sahnede görmedik.
Bir an 83 girişimi sahnede ağırladım, gözümün önüne geldi.
Nasıl yani?
Aslında İTÜ Çekirdek bir hayalle başladı. O gün bugündür İTÜ Arı Teknokent, İTÜ Çekirdeğin ve girişimcilerin arkasında. O hayal benim için bir dönüm noktasıydı ama aslında İTÜ Çekirdeğin de ilk kıvılcımlarının atıldığı gündü.
Böylesine bir rekorla kapatıyoruz. 458 milyona denk geliyor. Tebrikler, tebrikler.
İşte Türkiye'nin kazanan girişimcileri.
So far, I haven't heard any bigger amount of investment and awards in a entrepreneurship event bigger than Big Bang. So we're proud of what we are doing in our incubation centers. And of course, as a main business area, as a technopark, Arı Technopark, we are very successful and we are the leading technopark in Turkey. But as our incubation programs, we are one of the leading ones globally. So thank you very much for listening to me. And sorry about the presentation problem, full screen problem. So the last words to you, Mr. Attila.
Thank you, Arzu. Very good presentation. And currently we are running and organizing national and international deep tech technologies within Arı Teknokent, within incubator system titled Arı Çekirdek. And MedTech program is one of them with Drexel University and Harvard University, and Smart Cities and Digital Transformation with MIT and Sofia Antipolis Technopark. And we are currently organizing for this year a big session within these deep tech technologies at Big Bang. Okay, thank you very much for listening to us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dikbaş and Ms. Yılmaz. Now we will proceed with the General Manager of Startup Bangladesh, Mr. Sami Ahmed. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much for inviting me to this program. I'm the Managing Director of Startup Bangladesh Limited, Sami Ahmed. So, Honorable Chief Guest, special guests, Chair of the program, Honorable guests from Turkey, Bangladesh, Assalamu alaikum. So Turkey and Bangladesh has been friends for a very long time, since our independence, and that Our Honorable State Minister has talked about that as well. And Turkish culture is very popular in Bangladesh. You must know that we are very fond of Turkish TV programs in our local TVs and Netflix as well. So Turkish culture is not new to Bangladeshis. We know it quite often about it. We see about it. Turkey has been a bridge for the world between Asia and Europe historically. And Bangladesh is also, as a matter of fact, is a bridge for emerging nations, being one of the fastest growing emerging nations in the world. Bangladesh has come a long way since its independence, especially in the last 12 years after the declaration of the Digital Bangladesh vision by Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. So if you ask me why Bangladesh, many people think of Bangladesh as a South Asian economy that is emerging, but we do have a very high young population. We have seen that in the video of our Managing Director of High Tech Park Authority, showed us a video where Bangladesh is a very young population. We have a very high rising middle and affluent consumer economy. We have the economy is growing very fast, and we are moving from towards a more technology-based economy as we progress from digital Bangladesh to a more advanced nation. One of the things I would say that one of the reasons why Bangladesh is growing and why the world should consider Bangladesh is because of the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and her Honorable Advisor Sajid Bhattacharya. So if Bangladesh was a startup, and as a VC, we are a VC firm, and when we invest in startups, we look at the founders, we look at the CEOs and how much they are able to drive the company forward. And our investment, a major decision lies on the CEOs and founders. So if Bangladesh was a startup, and if you were to look at its leaders, I would consider Bangladesh as a decacorn coming up into the world. So a little bit about Startup Bangladesh. We're a venture capital company under the ICT Ministry. We invest in startups that come into the seed stage and the growth stage. So from the ICT Ministry, we have different programs similar to the impressive programs of Turkey that we have just seen from your technoparks and under seed, under the ITU seed. We have different programs like that as well in Bangladesh. But once these companies graduate from those programs and they're in the market, they have some traction, that's where the Startup Bangladesh VC company comes in. To my knowledge, it's one of the very few government-funded VC companies in the world. And the reason we have this company in Bangladesh is to help grow this ecosystem of VC funding. As you know, VC funding is very new to Bangladesh. Though we have attracted some foreign investment in the last 10 years, especially in the last 5 years, we have attracted most of it. Last year alone, $160 million, which has increased by 4 times more than the previous year. We do see a lot of interest coming in this year as well. But Startup Bangladesh company was established to help bring in more investment, to encourage local investment to grow in the market. So once we invest in the startups, we connect them with the global ecosystem. We help them grow, and not through funding alone, but how they can scale up, and then support the local ecosystem to grow as well. It's a very new company. We started in March of 2020. So far, we have invested in 15 startups. As a matter of fact, in our last round of investment declaration, the Honorable Ambassador, His Excellency Mustafa Turan, also attended, a special guest. And so thanks to you, Mr. Mustafa Turan, for being such an active person in the ecosystem of Bangladesh, startup ecosystem. So thank you for your participation and supporting us in this ecosystem. So opportunities for Turkish investors, I do see in the Startup Bangladesh ecosystem. If we are interested to explore the Bangladeshi startup ecosystem in this fast-growing emerging economy, where we do see a lot of unicorns that may come in the future, you can always use Startup Bangladesh as a vehicle. I do see a lot of possibility for Bangladeshi startups and Turkish startups to cooperate in working in the markets of each country and also the global market. So I think exploring these opportunities along with the Turkish counterparts will be something that we could look at. And I think there are definitely areas for growth for both countries and startups from both countries. Some of the things that we would see from Bangladesh coming up in the next few years, we will see a lot of investment in R&D projects for startups. We will see a lot of patents and more global funding. And I do know that Turkey has more experience in this particular area, so I think we could maybe organize some knowledge sharing session to work together in this particular field. Just like you have your Big Bang, Bangladesh also has a BIG program we started last year. So BIG stands for Bangabandhu Innovation Grant, named after the father of our nation, where we encourage global startups and local startups to participate with a $100,000 first prize. So we would definitely like to see more startups from Turkey participate in this year's BIG Bangabandhu Innovation Grant, which may happen by the end of this year, sometime end of this year. Looking forward to working with the counterparts in Turkey in working with the startup ecosystem of Bangladesh and contributing to the world. Thank you, and I will end my speech right here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ahmed. Now we will proceed with company representations. I would like to introduce Mr. Yiğit Yurtman from Takipsan. Takipsan is a leading Turkish RFID company operating in Bangladesh. Mr. Yurtman, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, and hello. Let me start with telling that it's just such a great honor to be invited to give a speech in Bangladesh Turkey ICT webinar. I would like to express my gratitude to DEİK and Bangladesh High Tech Park Authority for organizing this webinar, and His Excellency Mustafa Osman Turan, His Excellency Mesut Manan, His Excellency Zunaid Ahmet Palak, Mr. Onur Özden, Mr. Zekeriya Coştu, and everyone who contributed to the organization of this event. So I would like to start with a short speech and continue with the presentation of our company and solutions. Let me briefly introduce myself firstly. My name is Yiğit from Takipsan Bilişim Teknolojileri. I'm the head of international business in Takipsan. We are an IT company who provides solutions in RFID business with our hardware, software, integration, and project management services. When I heard we were invited to give a speech in Bangladesh, Bangladesh-Turkey ICT cooperation webinar, I got very excited. We have been promoting RFID technologies and developments in Bangladesh since 2018. And since then, it's a second home for us. And we have strong emotions for Bangladesh and its people. And Bangladesh has a very powerful RMG industry, which is second largest in the global RMG export rankings. Now, most of the factories are going green and help saving the environment, which is important for all humanity. It's a good example of adopting technological advancements to place yourself in the top spots against global competition. We believe Bangladesh has the ability to adopt new technologies very fast. It means with the correct and timely investments, sky is the only limit for Bangladesh RMG industry. Competitive price and workforce were the biggest strengths of Bangladesh RMG industry before. Now, with adopting new technologies, versatility, quality, compliance, sustainability, and going green are also the main strengths of this industry. With organizations like BGMEA, BKMEA, BTMEA, and FBCCI, textile industry is backed with strong leaders and decision makers in Bangladesh. We believe in the great potential of RMG industry in Bangladesh, and we will continue doing our best to support the factories with our RFID developments. We are only in the beginning. Now I would like to go on with my presentation. I hope everyone can see it.
Yes.
So ULOX is our brand. It goes for Universal Logistics Management. So I will start with who is Takipsan. As I said earlier, we are an RFID company who is giving solutions as hardware, software, and integration for the ready-made garment industry. We have a global supply chain called ULOX, which helps both retailers and RMG companies improving their logistics and supply chain visibility. And apart from ULOX, we have Fly RFID brand for aviation industry and also Alarm ID brand for retail security industry. And history of Takipsan, we were established in 2011 in Izmir. Now we are also carrying our operations from Izmir through our HQ and factory and also our R&D center in İzmir Bilim Park. Our local projects and customers are being directed from our Istanbul sales office. And we also have an office in Dhaka. It was in Gülşen 2 actually, but we recently moved to Bashundara to avoid some traffic during our visits. And at the end of the 2021, we founded a new company in Netherlands for our projects in Europe, and we named it ULOX. And who should use this system? As you may know, RFID helps to track item level. So it increases your visibility through all of your supply chain, and also in your retail stores, it can increase your sales potential. And that's why most of the garment fashion retailers use this system to increase their sales and also for a better supply chain visibility. For ready-made garment manufacturers use this system to avoid sending wrong shipments to these retailers, because each time they send the wrong shipment, they get a claim and they lose money over it. And this system avoids it and prevents these claims. And also there are logistics companies, big companies who are in the middle between RMG factories and retailers, who accept and send the shipments, and they also use the system to have a better visibility. Advantages of ULOX software. It's an online web-based system. It consists of two different parts. One is the software that is embedded inside the hardware, which is the running program. And also the second part is the web-based system that we also call the cloud portal, which you can access by using any web browser 24/7, wherever you are, as long as you have internet. We can create reports, which is very important in these shipments. For example, a factory sending a shipment to, let's say, an Inditex brand, Bershka. And we can show, for example, like here, if you can see, we can show the sizes of that shipment, which box has which size. This kind of information is very valuable, because if there is any mistake, you can correct that mistake without that shipment leaves the factory, which will help you avoiding those claims that I talked about before. And advantages of our hardware. Most importantly, it's plug and play, which is very important, because if you are sending hardware to different countries globally, it needs to be easy to operate and it needs to be easy to install. So our devices doesn't need any installation. They are already installed when sent from our factory, and the training is also very easy. It's like in half an hour, an operator can learn every aspect of this hardware. We have several different type of hardwares. I will show them in our catalog later, because for special occasions, we need different type of industrial readers. And Backstation, this is our industrial industrial desktop type RFID reader, which we have been using in most of the RMG factories all around the world, especially in Turkey and Bangladesh. We have hundreds of them, hundreds of RMG factories using this. It is easy to use. You can use them in warehouses. You can use them in your finishing and packaging areas. Just put one carton box on top of it. If it has RFID items inside it, if the garments are tagged with RFID tags, you can see all the information on the screen. And there are optional features of ULOX. First, the integration. We can integrate our software to any ERP system that the company is already using. And also we can import and export, which is very important and saves time for these kind of big factories, big companies. Weighing, it is very important now because H&M is making a project. They want an RFID reader which can scan, but also can weigh the weight of the boxes, the carton boxes. So we are trying our best to be the first in the global market that can make it and get best over our rivals in this competition. And thanks for watching. I would like to now share share the catalog.
Yeah.
If you can see it.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Is it possible to send me the catalog because we are running out of time?
Yeah.
For the working session, I will share it with all the participants.
Yeah. Okay. Of course.
Sorry.
How much time do I have?
Just a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. Before finishing, then I would like to tell you our references in the global market. The Inditex group, the group of Zara, Bershka and other brands. The Decathlon France and Turkey, H&M Turkey, they are all our business partners, alongside with Bangladesh companies like Beximco, Nassa Group, like Hamim and Fakir Group. These come to my mind. Redisha, the biggest ones in the industry are already using our systems to benefit from this technology. And we just want to say that we are looking to find more partners in Bangladesh, especially IT companies, software companies. And we are looking for also employing software developers in Bangladesh in the next couple of months. So that's it for me now. Thank you very much for listening to me and for your kind patience. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yurtman and Takip-san. Now we will proceed with our last company today, Mr. Mosaddiq Alsan from Beyond Innovations and Technologies. The floor is yours, Mr. Alsan.
Thank you, Mr. Ajan. Thank you for the floor.
Please proceed, sir.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Ajan. Thank you for the floor. I'll start with a quote, which is by late Peter Drucker, who was one of the most widely known influential thinkers on management. Technology is not only about high tech or technical matters, but it can also refer to human applications of useful knowledge that can benefit the community. Good afternoon to our chief guest, Honorable State Minister of ICT Division, Mr. Cunayt Ahmed Palok, MP, His Excellency Mr. Masud Mannan, His Excellency Mr. Mustafa Turan, a very respected and distinguished panel of dignitaries and speakers, and to everyone watching us. Also, I'd like to thank Bangladesh High Tech Park Authority and DEİK Turkey for giving me the opportunity to speak today as a Bangladeshi technopreneur currently living in Turkey. I've been in business in the ICT sector for a little over 10 years. I have had the opportunity to work with public and private sector entities in both Bangladesh and Turkey. I've been in projects with some amazing talents in both the countries. And also I've been involved in launching of programs that help Bangladeshi startups with Turkish mentors and funding. Respected panelists before me already have talked about corporations and collaborations. I would like this opportunity to summarize. Turkish ICT entrepreneurs have had big successes globally with many billion-dollar companies to their names already. The ecosystem is gradually getting stronger with new investments and technological breakthroughs. On the other hand, Bangladeshi ICT sector and entrepreneurs are both very young. Under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, Bangladesh ICT sector has grown tremendously over the last decade. Bangladeshi and Turkish investors, startups, freelancers looking for collaborations and opportunities need guidance from public sectors to enter the markets, access proper legal support, and to easily set up operations. Technology parks set up all over Turkey by the government of Turkey has already recorded over $4.5 billion export volume with a total revenue of $14.37 billion volume. Bangladesh government is also setting up high-tech parks all over Bangladesh. There are plenty of opportunities of knowledge share for public sector entities and for officials as well. We need to find the skill gaps and complement each other, determine investment sectors. We have to have more knowledge share and technology transfer projects between the countries. A task force should be appointed with the agreement of both countries to explore collaboration opportunities. In the conclusion, I'd like to say that I believe that a strong cooperation between Bangladesh and Turkey in the ICT sector will help both the economies and the communities enormously. We need active support from both public and private sector stakeholders. Thank you again for listening patiently. Joy Bangla.
Thank you, Mr. Aslan. We are now, we are almost at the end of our webinar now. ICT division is the parent organization, supports the overall activities of Bangladesh High-Tech Park Authority. Over the last decade, ICT division has made serious efforts in enabling digital services, providing trainings to the youth, developing startup ecosystem, and many more. On this note, I would like to introduce Mr. Khairul Amin, Additional Secretary, ICT Division, for the closing remarks. Mr. Amin, the floor is yours.
His Excellency Junaid Ahmed Palak, Honorable State Minister for ICT Division, His Excellency Masood Mannan, Bangladesh Ambassador to Turkey, His Excellency Mustafa Osman Turan, Turkish Ambassador to Dhaka, Mr. Zakaria Pastu, General Manager, and Mr. Onur Azden, Chairman, Mr. Bikondo Kumar Ghosh, Managing Director, High-Tech Park, and distinguished participants from both the countries. Very good afternoon and greetings from Bangladesh. At first, I am very delighted to take part in this event, and I feel honored to chair the sessions on behalf of our Honorable Senior Secretary, Mr. NMJ Alam. Basically, in this session, both the distinguished participants, they have mentioned all the areas of opportunities and strengths of ICT investments in both the countries. I don't want to repeat these words. Just I would like to mention few areas. Firstly, as you know that our Honorable Prime Minister, who declared the Vision 2041 to achieve the status of developed country and to establish a golden Bangladesh, Sonar Bangla, envisioned by the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. So at the beginning, I'd like to pay my deepest tribute to father of the nation and the valiant freedom fighters, those who sacrificed their life for the independence. As you know that ICT division is implementing all the digital Bangladesh initiatives and achieved different areas very successfully. So in 4 areas in digital Bangladesh initiatives, these are e-governance, infrastructure and connectivity, human resource development, and business promotion. So today, basically, we are discussing on the areas of business promotion, but although other pillars are related with this. In the investment in ICT sector, the speakers from both the countries have specifically identified their areas. In high-tech parks, our managing director of high-tech parks has mentioned the benefits and the incentives what is offering by the government of Bangladesh, particularly high-tech park. And our Honorable State Minister, who mentioned elaborately about the strengths and opportunities to invest in Bangladesh. I don't want to mention these topics again, but I'd like to highlight some areas, particularly the opportunities here in Bangladesh. For example, Bangladesh is experiencing a demographic dividend, that huge number of populations are working age people, young people, those who are very asset in for ICT business promotion and investment. There are established ICT infrastructure, not only high-tech parks, but the connectivity. You can see that we have established our connectivity into the grassroots levels using fiber optic cables, and also using fiber optic cables, the connectivity established with other countries with the CME program. And we have very strong ICT rules and regulations. We have got ICT policies, e-governance policies, BNDA guidelines, and other related acts and rules. And also to harness the benefits of fourth industrial revolution, ICT division has formulated AI strategies, blockchain strategies, and other relevant strategies. So the legal environment is very well established here in our country. Also, the infrastructure has already been developed. And there are some other areas about our ICT education. Our secondary level ICT education is compulsory, and we have got about more than 150 universities, where about 80 universities STEAM, science and technology, are teaching. So these universities, they produce thousands of graduates and IT graduates each year. So in ICT investment, the huge manpower is here in Bangladesh, and they are also an asset, and this asset can be used for developing ICT industries. There are huge freelancers in our country and booming online business, and we have ensured our cyber security with our rules and policies. So that there are lots of opportunities here in Bangladesh, and at the same time, the other part, the Turkish part, I have enjoyed the presentation by Professor Kasim, who was mentioned about technoparks, and it is very and university and industry cooperation, and presentation by Professor Dr. Attila and Ms. Arju about Techno-Kent. So these areas where both Bangladesh and Turkey can cooperate each other, the areas particularly in startups, in incubation, in entrepreneurship, in ICT investments. As you know that the government of Bangladesh has identified 11 potential sectors. 11 potential sectors for investment and ICT, manufacturing, electronics, leathers, automobiles, and other sectors as well. But I'd like to draw your attention that ICT is one of the sector, but also it is one of the enabler as well. It can promote the other sector as well. So both the parties, both the countries can cooperate, can explore each other. So what is the opportunities here? And I think that this cooperation will be continued, and both the countries will be benefited using these areas of cooperation and identifying their opportunities to invest in ICT sectors. So I'd like to offer special thanks to high-tech parks for organizing these events. Special thanks to Honorable and Excellency Ambassadors, Excellency and State Ministers of Bangladesh ICT Division, and distinguished participants for their time and for their participations. Special thanks to the business leaders from both the countries for their inputs and for their presentations. So I'm sure that this program will help us to boost our relationships and establish and productive and very what can I say, that very supportive investment opportunities in ICT sector from both the countries. So with these few words, I'd like to say a special thank you to all, and special thanks to the moderators for their nice moderation. So with these few words, and thank you very much. Thanks.
It's an honor to have you, Mr. Additional Secretary. Thank you for your closing speech. Now, I would like to invite you to the networking session. I shared the link in the chat box for those who has not received it yet. Thank you for being with us today, distinguished speakers, honorable minister, honorable ambassadors, as well as all the panelists and participants. Thank you for your patience, and we are now closing the webinar to continue with the networking session.